Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're Isaac Brown. I'm Zach Austin. Here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions. You got your Booneville Bearcats against the Ozark Hillbillies. Your two captains for your Booneville Bearcats is going to be number 88, that's Ray Splancett, and number 4, Rocky Ross. Cats are debuting, their new home purple uniforms. Look pretty good. Ray Splancett's going to be your head captain for the Bearcats. And number 79 for the Hillbillies, that's going to be Yates. The other captains over there for the Ozark Hillbillies, number 24, that's Durning. Number 10 is Martin. Number 21 is Gage. Number 64 is Carnes. 71 is Barnes. He's got a couple D1 offers. Number 19. Let me find it. I thought it was 23. I'll give you 19 here in a second, folks. 34 is Deathridge. 82 is Strict. So your Bearcats have won the toss and chose to defer till the second half. Booneville will be defending the East goal. I do believe 19 is Trotter for the Hillbillies. Let me find. I've got a couple different rosters up here on my phone.
Now, Flynn Rice is up here in the booth earlier, so he's here at the ball game tonight. Taylor Briggs, Mr. Sean Lewis, and Mike Suter.
Give you series stats between Ozark and Booneville. This is Hooten's Class 3A game of the week. Last week, Bearcats beat Dardanelle 32-0. Ozark Hillbillies beat Clarksville in a thriller last week in overtime, won 14-13. Ozark missed a couple field goals late, and then missed the 2-point conversion to win it last week in overtime. And Hillbillies squeak away with the win. They only had around 98 yards while giving up 230 yards. Your Bearcats held Dardanelle to around low 90s on offense, while the Cats scored around 300 yards on their offense. Cats also forced 4 turnovers last week, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Should be a very good and interesting game. Bearcats won has 1 win streak in the series. They won last year 2019, went down and scored on a 90-yard drive, and then Jacob Pereira sealed it with the interception there at the end. The Bearcats lead the series 52-27-4. Rylan Ray doing the kicking for the Cats, and goes out of bounds. And that's going to bring on your starting offense for the Ozark Hillbillies.
With the kick out of bounds, Ozark will start the ball at their own 35-yard line.
All right, so we've got something kind of new. We've got the starting lineups kind of laid out. Isaac will throw it up here after this play.
2 backs in the backfield, shotgun formation for Ozark.
Martin's going to be your quarterback. He's going to hand off to Massengale over here on the right-hand side. Stiff arm by Massengale. He's wrapped up by Randon Ironman Ray for a loss of about 5 yards.
Eli Massengale on the carry, but he is dropped in the backfield by number 3, Randon Ray.
That's a 6-yard loss.
There's your starting lineup for the Ozark Hillbillies. I'm not sure if y'all can read it.
Second and 15.
Isaac, try to make it a little bit bigger for you.
Yeah. Lyndale started by swimming around the tackle, and then Randon finished it off.
Martin's your quarterback again. He's going to head up to Massengale again. And that's Brooks Herrera, and they're in Dax Goff on the stop for the Bearcats.
Number 26, Eli Massengale tries the other side.
It's going to make it about 3rd and 16 for the Ozark Hillbillies here in the first quarter.
No gain on the penny. It'll be 3rd and 15.
Two receivers over here to the right. Massengale lines up to the left of Martin now. Durning goes in motion, and it's going to be Martin up the middle on the keeper. And I believe that's Casey Matson in there on the stop. And Mason Goers in there as well. They were the leading tacklers last week for the Bearcats. Each have 5 tackles. Had a couple tackle for loss. And Matson had a interception last week. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Hillbillies with 10:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Ray and Brooks Herrera is going to be back deep for the Cats. Snap and punt. It's a low punt. And it's going to go out about the 44, 45-yard line. Marks it at the 45-yard line. So the Cats will take over on their own 45. 50. Okay, I was wrong. At the 50. Bearcat starting offense. Dax Goff is going to be your starting fullback. Ray's going to be your quarterback. Ross goes in motion. He's going to head off to Dax right up the middle. About 2-3 yard gain there on the play. Throw your starting offense up for your Booneville Bearcats. Again, we're just trying to do this and experiment a little. Let us know how this is looking on your end. If you're having problems hearing us, also let us know as well. Ray comes up under center. Ross goes in motion. Herrera is your other halfback. Blanton is your receiver on the far side. Obar is going to be your starting center. 2nd and 7. Ray on the keeper to the left-hand side. About a 3-yard gain there by Ray. Brings up 3rd down for your Bearcats. Ryland Ray's going to come in at fullback now, and Dax Goff comes off. Got 9:05 left to go here in the first quarter. It's 0-0, Ozark and Booneville.
Ball spotted at the 45 of the Hillbillies.
Ozark, Isaac, they do have a couple guys, 300 plus. 2 or 3 guys, they're over 300. And a couple more, that's around 280. Ray with the juke move. He's got the first down. Be on the Bearcats just inside the 40-yard line.
He gets a Booneville Bearcat. First down. Down by number 1, Gavin Gilbert, number 88, Hunter Collins.
Hunter Collins on the tackle for the Hillbillies. Cats taking their time. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 8:18 left to go here in the first. Ross goes in motion. He's going to hand off to Ryland up the middle. And he's going to be wrapped up. About a 2-yard gain. It's number 88. I don't have an 88 on my roster. Yeah, we even have a 2-deep little roster here, and I don't have him.
1-yard pickup in the second, 9.
7:52 left first quarter, no score yet. Southside and Greenwood.
I'd like to give a shout out to Uncle Bob. Russ goes in motion, and the Ray boys bump into each other, and it's going to be a busted play by the Bearcats. So that's going to make it 3rd down.
He was trying to give it to Ryland, and Ryland didn't want it. Looked like a bad reader.
3, Randy Ray on the carry.
Yeah, so
That was led by 20, Kyle Archer, number 10, Riker Martin.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. David Dart. Let's give a shout out to the school district. And to his wife and kids, he says, "Row Pride, go Cats." Toss over here to Brooks Herrera on the left-hand side. He's got a guy out in front to block him. That's Ross. Cuts back to the 15, 10, 5. Dives for the end zone. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line. Boy, that was a good key block there by Rocky Ross. Herrera cuts back. Just a yard short of a touchdown. Durning there on the stop.
At the 1-yard line. So first and goal, Bearcats.
Durning is going to be a man to watch out for tonight for the Hillbillies on offense and defense.
The other halfback.
Ross goes in motion. Dax Goff went in at halfback. It was a fumble. Randon covers it up. That brings up second and goal. 6:24 left to go here in the first quarter.
Play is recovered by the Bearcats.
Give a shout out to Faith and Maddie Means. I also want to give a shout out to Tom Green. Listening down in Texas. I guess I should say watching in Texas. Goff goes in motions. Ray right up the middle. That's going to be a touchdown. Bearcats. 5:57 left to go here in the first. And it's 6-0. Bearcats over the Hillbillies. Bearcats are going to go for 2. Randon's going to be your quarterback. Rowland's going to be to the right of him. You got Herrera and Goers in their H-back. Goers just down to the line. Ross goes in motion. High snap. And Ray's looking. Throws to Ross. And it's good. 2-point conversion. Ray to Ross. 8-0 with 5:57 left to go here in the first. You're watching Bearcat football. We'll take a little break. We're back here at Bearcat Stadium, just right off DJ George Drive. Rylan ready to do the kicking for the Cats. Back deep. Looks like that's going to be Massengale back there.
Kicking for Booneville will be number 33.
Also got Durning on the 20 on the far side. And looks like Martin over here on the right-hand side. And then it's going to be touched by Durning. He picks it up at the 15, cuts up to the middle, and it's just met by a whole slew of Cats in there. Looks like Goers and Cody Elliott and Brendan Dove in there on the stop.
Mishandled first by Durning and then picked up. And
24, Peyton Durning on the return. Brought down by 51, Mason Goers. Number 2, Brendan Dove.
Miss Jan Taylor and Gary Taylor, they're watching the game right now.
It'll be first and 10 for the Hillbillies at their own 24-yard line.
Martin's going to be your quarterback for the Hillbillies. One receiver to each side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper right up the middle, and he's just met in the backfield for a loss. It's going to be 2nd and 12, looks like. Looks like Chase Plymell and Casey Matson on the stop for the Cats.
10, Riker Martin on the carry. He's hit hard by 52. Casey Matson, 64. Chase Plymell.
If you're just joining us, the Cats kicked off to the Hillbillies. Forced a 4 and out. Bearcats get the ball at their 50-yard line. Go down and score. Brooks Herrera takes for about 20 yards or so. Gets a good block from Ross down to the 1. And then Randon Ray goes in for the touchdown. Cats go for 2, and Ray passes it to Ross. Makes it 8-0. The Cats proceed to kick off to the Hillbillies again. This is where we're at right now, 2nd and 11. And it's just a little replay there. It's going to hand off to number 21. And he's got the first down. Then I'm over midfield. Brooks Herrera, though, with a shoelace tackle.
21, Britton Gage.
That's going to be Gage. Britton Gage for the Hillbillies.
Number 1, Brooks Herrera finally brings him down. Ball is spotted at the 48-yard line of the Bearcats.
Got 2 receivers each side for the Hillbillies. Durning is over here on the right-hand side, number 24. Number 13, Williams, is on the far side. Number 47 in there, that's Combs, and that H-back. Martin's your quarterback. Gage is to the left of him. Since Gage in motion on the right-hand side now. Williams goes in motion. That's going to be delay a game for the Ozark Hillbillies. They're going to back up 5 and replay first down.
Game's going to go against the Hillbillies.
So that pushes the Hillbillies back in their own territory. Makes it a 1st and 15 from their own 47 with 4:34 left to go here in the first quarter. The Hillbillies' second possession of the game.
In the first quarter, 8-0 Boone. Martin has Gage with him in the backfield.
It's going to be handoff to Gage there on the left-hand side. And he just stumbles. And if not, Isaac, he'd had the first down, then some.
He tackles himself down about the 40-yard line.
So that brings up 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I was able to gash our defense, find a little seam.
Yeah.
Second and 2 for the Hillbillies.
3:43 left to go here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 2. And be Martin right up the middle. And it's going to be close, folks. Yeah, Dunn Daniel in there, Chase Plamel, Dax Goff, pretty much your whole front defensive line. Johnny Barnes comes in for the Bearcats, and Ross is going to come out.
1-yard gain. 3rd and 1.
See if I can get you folks some scores. Martin's going to be your quarterback. 2 receivers each side. You got 2 guys on either side of him. And the ball's on the ground. He's just going to fall on it. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Hillbillies.
Ball on the play recovered by the Hillbillies.
And the Hillbillies have been shooting themselves in the foot and do good. And then a couple costly, 1 penalty and a fumble. And that takes their drive to a stop. And that's going to bring Gage out to punt. And then Herrera's going to be back deep, the lone man. Brooks is standing at about the 15-yard line. High snap. High kick. And Durning's going down it at the 16-yard line. The Cats will take over there for their second possession of the game.
Number 24, Peyton Durning, downs it for the Hillbillies. The 1st and 10 for the Bearcats, their own 16-yard line.
Looks like Greenwood is up 7-0 over Fort Smith Southside. And Van Buren is up 6-0 over Alma in the first quarter in the Battle of the Bone. So 2:05 left to go here in the first. 1st and 10 from the Bearcats' own 16. Rylan Ray's going to be a fullback this time. Goff is in at halfback. He goes in motion. He gets the toss on the left-hand side. And tripped up by number 13. That's going to be Williams.
Number 34, Dax Goff on the carry. He hurdles over number 13, Todd Williams.
2nd and 1 from the 25. Farmington and Prairie Grove's tied 7-7 in the first, and Elkins is up 7-0 over Greenland in the first. Well, Prairie Grove, they're playing their last season, as well as Dardanelle in 4A as they move up to 5A. And Rylan Ray just fighting for every yard he got there. Looks like number 20 in there on the stop. Number 21, Gage.
Ray fights the yardage, and he picks up a Booneville Bearcat. 1st down. He finally brought down to number 19 for the Hillbillies.
Trying to deal with 240-pound fullback. Who also has a little finesse on the golf course. I'll talk about that a little more after.
Lance is going to be receiver, split out to the right. Ross goes in motion. It's going to be Ray on the keeper. That's Randon, that is. He gets about 5-yard gain there on the carry. Brings up second down.
That's number 3, Randon Ray on the carry. He tackled 19 for the Hillbillies. Number 71, Brock Burns. He picks up 5 yards. It'll be second and 5. Ball.
And I believe we're going to have false start against the Cats. We'll see, though.
False start's going to go against the Bearcats.
Yep, that's what it's going to be. False start against the Cats. Back them up 5. It's going to be second and 10 from their own 30.
After the penalty, it'll be second and 10.
Got a couple people to thank for the amp and the new website. I'll do that after this play. Ross goes in motion, and he's going to get the toss on the right-hand side. Rocky cuts back to the inside. He's going to be wrapped up by a big old Barnes there. And Mr. Burns is going to wrap him up. Maybe 3-yard carry there. One of the Ozark coaches is giving the ref an earful over there. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, your Booneville Bearcats 8, your Ozark Hillbillies 0. Before we take a little break, just want to thank our sponsors. That's 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Parrot Underground, Crowley City Service, Community National Bank. Just thank these people for the new school app. Find it on any iTunes or Apple store. And also, thank you for the new website, boonevillebearcats.com. Without them and the school administration, none of this would be possible as far as the app and the new website. And the new website's got a whole bunch of stories on golf, tennis, volleyball. Volleyball is 2-2 now on the season. Started out 0-2 with a comeback this week. We've won 2 games. The golf team's doing pretty good. A couple weeks ago, Mr. Brooks Herrera had a 1 under, and I believe Rylan Ray's also on the golf team. I want to say one more football player is, but I can't think of him right now.
Sideline warning is going to go against the Hillbillies.
So got a sideline warning against the Hillbillies. And it's going to be third down for your Booneville Bearcats from their own 32-yard line.
Start the second quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the Ozark Hillbillies were assessed a sideline rule.
I'm going to be a little late saying this, but the very first meeting between Booneville and Ozark was on November 6, 1924, and the Bearcats won 45-0. So I meant to say that earlier at the start, didn't get to.
Booneville picked up 2 yards in the last play. It will be 3rd and 8. Ball spotted.
So Lance is going to be split out to the left. Dunn Daniel's going to be tied in on the right-hand side. Brandon Ray's your quarterback. And Rocky Ross is your halfback. This is going to be a fake pitch. Ross and Blanchett's going to catch it. He's got the first down. Got a flag coming in. Race Blanchett's still up on his feet. And he's going to be tackled by Durning at the 35-yard line maybe, but there's a flag.
Big reception, but we do have a flag on the play.
We'll see what it is. It's back over here on the 45-yard line of the Cats.
You're saying offensive pass interference.
Offensive pass interference against the Cats.
So wipe out that game. It's going to be
so
the offensive pass
we'll do this over again. Back up. It'll be 3rd down and 20. I do believe that's the first pass attempt of the season. At least, I mean, we had 2 in the scrimmage, but that's before the season started, and 2-point conversions really don't count as far as pass attempts. So 3rd and 23 from their own 17-yard line with 11:50 left to go here in the first. Brandon Ray keeps the ball. Little spin move.
And he'll be down at the
And he's going to be down by number 20.
Number 3, Brandon Ray.
Let's
Breaking
see.
tackles. He's finally brought down by number 20, Kyle Archer.
It's Archer.
Yeah, 72 got a hold of him.
It'll be a 9-yard pickup. It'll still be 4th and 14 for the Bearcats. Ball's at their own 26.
First punt tonight for the Bearcats. Brandon, let's see. It looks like Brandon's going to be doing the punting. And
One punch, one kick.
looks like that's going to be Durning back there to receive the punt. Got a flag.
A flag down at the 35. And Booneville's guilty of a false start. Back him up 5 more yards.
Back him up 5. Isaac said must have touched the ball.
Guilty of a false
False start's going to go against the Bearcats. Back them up 5 yards.
So if I'm correct, once you touch the ball, you can't bring your hands off of it, correct, Isaac? Yep. Isaac said yep. Low. And Durning's just going to let it roll. Takes a Bearcat roll. And Trace Hall's going to down it at the 30. They got a 33-yard line.
Get down to the 33-yard line, but we do have another flag.
Holding against the Cats. That's like 3 penalties in the row. The Cats are hurting themselves now. So we'll see what Ozark decides to do. Looks like they're going to make us kick again. So that's going to back us up 10.
So that's going to take the ball down to the 11-yard
So we'll do this again after the holding call against the Bearcats. Makes it 4th and 19 from the 21-yard line. Okay. We'll say I'm going off the scoreboard. So ball's on the 11, 4th and 29 from the 11 with 11 minutes left to go here in the first. Durning's the deep man for the Hillbillies. Brandon Ray do the punting. Decent punt there, and Durning's going to field it about the 46-yard line. Trace Hall in there. He's able to get out of Trace's tackle, and got another flag coming in. Probably going to be a face mask.
I didn't think he had his face mask, did he?
I didn't think he did. I thought he got his jersey or going for the football, but
flag on the play at the 23-yard line.
so far in this game, Isaac, both teams had spurts of good, and they've also had spurts of just shooting themselves in the foot. Penalties, a fumble. As your Bearcats, this is like their 4th or 5th penalty right in a row. And Coach Doc Crowley, he's out on the call. He's mad. It's understandable, very understandable. I'd be mad myself. Looks like Ozark coach is out there as well.
First and 10 Hillbillies from there. We are at 10:45 left in the second first
Oh
half.
goodness.
Booneville leading 8-0, but
Got nothing else to say other than it's rivalry week. Ozark and Booneville. Martin's your quarterback. He's going to keep it over here on the left-hand side. And got a flag coming in there. Ball's on the ground. Looks like Trace Hall with the recovery. We'll see what the flag is.
Race Blanchard was trying to come off.
Football play is recovered by the Bearcats. We do have a flag on the play.
I don't know what this would be. Do you? Unless it be offsides and false start.
Who threw it?
Side judge over here.
Lines. Is sideline warning?
And we're going to wave it off, and it's going to be Bearcats ball. And Bearcats are going to take over their own 12-yard line, and Mr. Brock Burns, he comes out on the field now.
Brock Burns is out, and he's demanding an explanation.
There's not Brock Burns, is it? That's the player.
I think Booneville dodged a bullet there. Race Blanchard was trying to get off the field, and the official on this side said he apparently did.
Yeah, one of us called that one that's way too close to really
After the recovery, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball at their own 11.
Yes. So Booneville dodges the bullet and they get the ball at their own 11. And now another flag.
My goodness gracious.
What's that? 5, 6, 5?
Timeout. Okay, I thought it was another flag.
Ozark took a timeout.
So that's going to be the first timeout for the Hillbillies. With 10:38 left to go here in the second, it's 8-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field. We got 10 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here till halftime. Bearcats are up 8-0, and it's been a crazy last couple of plays. Several flags. Luckily, Bearcats get a fumble, so that's the first turnover tonight. And Randon Ray with the keeper on the left-hand side. Looks like Gage in there on the stop for the Hillbillies. And I said the Ozark coach earlier, his name was Brock Burns. I was wrong. It's Jeremy Burns, so I do apologize. Brock's the number 71. He actually has a couple D1 offers.
Yes, both coaches were demanding explanations from the referee.
I thought I wrote down where he had some offers from, but I didn't. But he's got a couple D1 offers. He is the coach's nephew, and I want to say last year the coach's son signed with the Army, I believe.
7 yards to go. Right at 10 minutes left in the half, and now another flag.
Got another flag. That's probably going to be a false start on the Cats. That's what it's going to be. And Isaac, that hurt the Cats last week. Started the game against Dardanelle, and it's carried over a little to this game.
Yeah, penalties are drive killers, and being that deep in your own territory doesn't help at all.
No. So, be 2nd and 12 balls. They're on the Bearcats' own 9-yard line. There's 8 guys up in the box. And it's going to be a toss over to Rocky Ross. He gets a hold of it finally. He just lowers his shoulder, runs over Williams. And Gage finally tackles him over here on the side.
Number 4, Rocky Ross on the carry. Number 10, Riker Martin on the stop. It was a big hit by Rocky Ross on that play. He's going to pick up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Give a shout out to Dummy Shepard. Ray Splansett, he's going to switch over here to the left-hand side at receiver. Daniel's going to be your tight end on the right-hand side. Looks like your Bearcats are going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them with 9:13 left to go here in the second quarter. It's 8-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. We'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We're back here at Bearcat Stadium. 3rd and 7 from the Cats' own 15-yard line. 9:13 left to go here in the first half. Randon Ironman Ray's your quarterback. Rylan Ray's going to be your fullback. Looks like that's going to be Brooks Herrera in that left halfback. Right halfback's going to be Dax Goff. Goff is going to go in motion. He's going to get the toss to the left-hand side. Good block there by Brooks. And lowers his shoulder. He's going to be wrapped up by Durning on the far side at the, what is that, maybe 27-yard line?
Number 34, Dax, gone for the carry.
That whole line plus Ray Slanson out there blocking for him. We have another flag.
He picked up the first down, but we have holding. So
Holding against the Cats? My goodness gracious. I say hogwash. Can I say that? Hogwash.
9:07 left, and the ball's right back where it started at the 9-yard line.
And we'll do this again.
Yes.
Bearcats are on their 9-yard line this time. And it's 3rd down and 12. Brooks Herrera gets the toss over here to the right-hand side. Stiff arm there by Brooks, but he's not going to go anywhere. Wrapped up by number 1, number 24. That's going to be Durning.
Durning got out there.
And I'll tell you number 1 right here in a
Brooks
second.
Herrera on the carry.
That's going to be Gilbreth.
Gavin Gilbert on 24. It's Durning.
He should have cut it out. And in the event, Landon Ray will be kicking the way to Durning.
So Durning's going to be back deep for the Hillbillies. And Randon, he's kicking for the 2nd time, technically the 3rd time tonight because he had to do one over again. But he's kicking from his end zone for the 1st time this season. Hopefully the last time this season, too. Durning's going to field it at the 45-yard line. Cuts over here to the left-hand side. Cameron Osborne comes in and wraps him up, as well as Dunn Daniel. Boy, that's good pursuit there by Osborne coming in and just holding on.
Got him by the legs and wouldn't let him go. Great job by Cameron Osborne.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hillbillies at the Booneville 33-yard line.
Mercy Simpson, she says, "Go Cats." Her and Junior are watching. Two receivers to each side. Martin's going to be your quarterback. Massengale's to the right. It's going to be handoff to Gage over here to the right-hand side. And Rylan Ray just grabs him back the back of his jersey and throws him down.
21, Gage on
So it makes it 2nd down for the Hillbillies. So this is the 3rd time the Hillbillies have been in Bearcat territory. The first time, they shot themselves in the foot with the penalty and then wound up having a punt. And then the last time they were in the red zone or close to the red zone and fumbled it, and the Bearcats recovered. So maybe 3rd time's the charm for the Hillbillies. 2 receivers to each side. And Martin's going to hand off to Massengale over here. I'm sorry, that's number 20. That's going to be Archer.
20 Kyle Archer on the carry. He's tripped up on number 1, Brooks Herrera, and finished off.
So, another flag, holding against the Hillbillies.
Holding's going to go against the Hillbillies.
So that's going to back them up 10, and we'll do this again. We should have did an over-under on how many flags there was going to be, I guess. Either both teams are playing sloppy or they're very strict on what they're calling. So 7:20 left to go here in the first half. It's still 8-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. Both teams are 1-0 on the season. Bearcats are ranked 4th in Class 3A. The Hillbillies are ranked 5th in Class 4A. One receiver over here to the left. Durning's going to go in motion from the right-hand side. Got a flag coming in. Little, I was going to say a jet sweep, but technically it's a shuffle pass because he tosses it forward. I'm going to say false start probably.
24, Peyton Durning on the carry. Brought down by 52, Casey Matson, 1, Brooks Herrera.
And
false start's going to go against
false start against the Hillbillies. They'll back them up 5. We'll try 2nd down again. Number 82 just went out for the Hillbillies. And that's strict. 38's coming in for the Hillbillies. That's going to be Lippett. Looks like number 22 is in. That's going to be Wilbanks. Martin's your quarterback. Two receivers to the right, two over here to the left. Massingale is to the right of Martin. Martin rolling to his right. Pressure from Goff. Now he's got pressure from Dunn. And it's going to be incomplete, intended for Durning on the right-hand side. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Hillbillies. Looks like Cody Elliott's going to come in for the Bearcats. Good pursuit there by Dunn.
Pass going to fall incomplete. Providing pressure was number 5, Dunn Daniel. And in coverage is number 88, Race.
Dunn, he plays outside linebacker for the Cats and tied in. Plays a little halfback. Just about a little bit of everything for the Bearcats. So 3rd and 22, balls on the 44-yard line on the Bearcats. 6:42 left to go here in the second quarter. And we're going to have a timeout by the Ozark Hillbillies. We'll take one with them, and we'll be right back. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat Football. We are back here at Bearcat Stadium, right off DJ George Drive. We've got a score for you. Mina is up 13-0 over Clarksville. That's in the second quarter. The Cats will travel to Mina next week, take on the Bearcats. So another penalty. Not sure what that was. So you got trips to the right, one over here to the left. Martin's going to be your quarterback. Low snap, and a little screen over here, and Cody Elliott's there, and he takes him down at the 50-yard line. Good play, good read by Mr. Cody Elliott.
Number 21, Britton Gage on the reception of the screen, but number 32.
That was Gage on the reception of the screen. I'm telling you, folks, Cody Elliott, he's a young man to watch out for this year for the Bearcats. He's not starting, but he comes in as a role player, kind of, plays special teams. Good young man to watch out for.
2-yard loss. 4th and 29.
Looks like Brooks and Randon Ray to receive the punt back there. Decent punt there. It's going to be fair caught at the 17-yard line, so the Cats will take over there.
Fair catch will be 1st and 10 for Bearcats. Ball be spotted at the Booneville 17-yard line.
Rising has beaten Baldom 2-0 in the first. Dax Goff looks like he's in at fullback for the Bearcats. Rocky Ross is your left halfback, and Brooks Herrera is your right halfback. Lanson's going to be split over here. Dunn Daniels to the left at tight end. It's going to be hand off to Dax Goff up the middle, and he just runs right over Durning. He gets up over to the 26-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd down for the Bearcats with 5:47 left to go here in the first half.
34, Dax Goff on the carry. He picks up 8 yards. He's down by 24. Peyton Durning.
Lancet and Dunn switches sides now.
Once again, remind you the Bearcats are off next week. 2 weeks from tonight, they'll be headed down to Mina.
There's a snap. Ray's going to keep it up the middle. He's got the first down, dives forward up over to the 35-yard line.
Number 3, Brandon Ray on the carry, brought down by number 47, Braden Minor, but that's another Booneville Bearcat. 1st down.
Prescott's up there, lead on Gurdon to 23. We were talking earlier, Prescott, I thought that was last year.
And it's going to be a pitch over here to Ross on the right-hand side. Got a flag coming in. And that's going to be a holding call. Probably too many men in motion, Isaac said. I was too busy looking up schedule.
Not fully insisting that Brooks just shoved him with his arm.
And they're going to wave off the flag. So there's 2 flags they waved off. That's good. It comes with 4:56 left to go here in the second. It's still 8-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. Bearcats hadn't been over midfield since their first scoring drive. Very first possession that they had of the game. And we've been down in our own end of the field the rest of the time. Looks like Dax is still your fullback. Ray comes up under center. And Randon's going to keep it on the left-hand side. Randon's got the whole field to the 40, 35, 30, over to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bearcats. Brandon Ray for, what was that, 61 yards? That comes with 4:30 left to go here till halftime. Makes it 14-0, Booneville Bearcats over the Ozark Hillbillies.
14-0.
Cats are going to go for 2. I will say the Cats are hurting a little in the PAT department after losing Mr. Gavin Kent last year, setting the school record for PATs. I will say I drove by the field the other day and saw a young man practicing some field goals, so that's always a good sight to see. Randon's looking, cuts back to his right, and Brooks Herrera wide open. Got a little jawing going on between the Bearcats and the Hillbillies, and that makes it 16-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies with 4:30 left to go here in the second. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Just joining us, Mr. Brandon Ray took off for 61 yards, just about untouched, and scores. Go for a 2-point conversion. Brooks Herrera wide open, makes it 16-0. Rylan Ray to do the kicking for the Cats. Little wobbly line drive kick. It's going to be through the feet of number 22. It's going to be at the 10. Cody Elliott in there. Oh my goodness, the guys have missed him. And he's still on his feet. Guys finally get him. Cody Elliott comes back and says, I want a piece of you. And takes him down. Race Blanchett in there. Looks like Trace Hall, Dunn Daniel, Peyton Tatum.
32, Dylan McCormick on the return.
Boy, Cody just about had him there at the 10. Then Race about had him not far behind Cody. And they both pursued after him, wrapped him up.
Tatum leading the tackle for the Bearcats.
Just a gang tackle. Mr. Peyton Tatum leading the way for the Bearcats there, though. 4:18 left to go here in the second. It's 16-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies.
25-yard line play. Mark it first down.
First and 10 from the 25. 2 receivers to each side. Martin's going to be your quarterback. Rolls out to his right. Plymouth was getting held there. And intended for Durning, and he's going to be incomplete right through the hands.
Pass going to be incomplete. In coverage is number 88, Race Blanchett. He's second and 10.
Yes, another touchdown on the board for the Curly Wolves of Prescott. It's 33-0 second quarter over Curly.
Wow, Chuck just said Prescott's up. 33-0 over Gurdon, the Go Devils. And Gurdon, they're top 5 ranked team, I believe, in 2A. At least top 10. Number 47, that's going to be Combs to the right. Got a man going in motion. Got another flag. False start on the offense, and the Ozark coaches are out on the field. They're mad. And I don't really blame them. It's both coaches, Isaac. Well, they've been out on the field tonight.
Because they try to call timeout before. I guess they're not going to give them the 5-yard penalty.
He's trying to call a timeout. They waved it off. It's going to be a timeout, Hillbillies. So that's their last timeout of the first half. It's going to be 4:13 left to go until halftime. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Mina is up 13-6 over Clarksville in the second quarter. And McGee has beaten DeWitt 21-7. That's also in the second. And Elkins has increased their lead 28-7 over Greenland. Prairieville, they're up 14-0 over Mount Ida. Bryson still up 2-0 over Bald That's still in the first. Archer's going to go in motion for the Hillbillies. Martin's rolling to his right. Got pressure from Ross on the backside. Rocky's still pursuing. And high pass. That was intended to number 8. It was incomplete. That's going to be Stain. Maybe Stain. Stan. S-T-A-N-E. So that brings up 3rd and 10 for those Ozark Hillbillies. Ball still on the 25-yard line. Got 4:05 left to go, or 4:06 left to go until halftime. Combs is to the right of Martin. 2 receivers to the left, one over here to the right. Martin's going to keep it. And Chase Flamel was first man back there, but missed him. You got Casey Matson in there, Dax Goff, and Johnny Barnes. Got a timeout for the Bearcats. They'll have one left. That comes with 3:54 left to go here in the second. We'll give you a couple scores.
4th and 10 for the Hillbillies.
Let's see. Osceola is up 6-0 over Blytheville. That's in the first. And Malvern's up over Glen Rose 14-7. That's in the second. Let's see. Jessieville is losing to Haskell Harmony Grove 14-6 in the second quarter. And Stuttgart's up 14-7 over Star City. Wow. Pulaski Academy is up 16-14 over Madison Ridgeland Academy. Is that Mississippi, I believe? Let's see. Some of your big schools. Bryant's up 14-0 over Marion. And Cabot is up 21-14 over Jonesboro. Looks like Little Rock Parkview beat Little Rock Southwest. A high punt. And Bearcats are just going to let it bounce. And he touched it there at the 39. But Little Rock Parkview beat Little Rock Southwest 47-0 yesterday. So the Bearcats are going to take over on their own 41-yard line. 3:45 left to go until halftime. Race Plants is going to be split out over here to the right. Rylan Ray is going to be your fullback. Dax Goff is in at halfback. Rossi Ross is your left halfback. Brendan Dove is in at tight end on the left-hand side. Brandon Ray is going to be your quarterback. 5 seconds left to go on the play clock. Ross goes in motion. And it's going to be handoff to Rylan right up the middle. And Ross still driving his feet. He's got a first down. Takes a couple of Hillbillies with him. That's big old number 88 on his back, and he just carried him just about 6-7 yards with him.
Dragging players for Booneville Bearcats. First down. Gets an Ozark territory. First and 10.
So the Bearcats are back in the Ozark territory. 3:33 left to go here till halftime. Lanson's still over here on the right-hand side. Ross goes in motion. He's going to get the toss over here to the right. Got a block over here by Dax. Good block. And Ross is going to be close to the first down, about 2 yards short. Looks like number 1 in there. And I believe Durning. That's Gilbert. Number 1 was Gilbert. And I think 13 Williams was in there. Durning was over in the area. Brooks Herrera comes in at halfback. He's going to be your right halfback. And Dax Goff switches over to your left halfback. Brendan Dove is that tight end on the left. Dax is going to go in motion. And it's going to be Rylan right up the middle. Goes around, still on his feet. Rylan Ray up over to the 25-20. Down to the 10-5. Touchdown, Bearcats. Rylan Ray, 40 yards. Comes with 2:34 left to go here in the second. And I do apologize, folks, for my voice cracking, because I know it did. So that makes it 22-0. The officials are talking. I'm pretty sure he crossed the goal line before the ball came out.
Another flag down? There it is. It's the 20.
Oh, got a flag on the far side.
Flag down at the 18-yard line on the Ozark side of the field. I don't have any idea what this could be about. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hillbillies.
Looks like it's going to be unsportsmanlike on the Hillbillies. And it's going to be attached on kickoff.
Penalty being enforced on the kickoff.
Yes, indeed.
Assessed on the kickoff.
Assessed, thank you.
Right now, the Hill remain in the game.
We got another flag.
Flag is down.
Maybe a second sideline warning? That's the only thing I can think of. The flag's on the far side.
I'll tell you what, if Ozark keeps getting penalized, next Booneville kickoff will come
Unsportsmanlike against the Hillbillies.
Somebody just got threw out.
And somebody was just
Got
ejected.
thrown out of the game on the Ozark sideline. This next kickoff is going to come from the Ozark 30-yard line.
Wow.
After we run the 2-point flag. Now, Dr. Crowley's wanting an explanation.
So Coach Crowley's talking to the official down here.
There's been probably 10 penalties.
And looks like they've discussed what they needed to. And we're going to be
And there's still 2:34
Lands
left in it.
at the 30-yard line, maybe 25 kicking off. Oh, the coach got kicked out. Hey, coach. Cats going for a 2-point conversion. Brandon's letting the play clock run down. Rylan's to the right of him. Bearcats are going to take a timeout. That's probably what they was talking about, maybe. Letting the play clock run down and calling a timeout. So we'll take a little break ourselves. 22-0. Bearcats over the Hillbillies with 2:34 left to go here in the second after Rylan Ray goes 40 yards. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. You're watching Bearcat football. And we are back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, just right off DJ George Drive. I don't know. One of the coaches got kicked out. There was a penalty. Ray goes 40 yards. Just right up the middle, fullback dive. And Bearcats are going to go for 2.
Have you ever seen this, Ethan?
And Bearcats got trips to each side. And Rocky Ross goes in motion.
Now 5. Now Ross goes the other way. I don't know what.
And Randon pitches to his brother. Ryland.
That pretty well.
That's just pretty much a blown play. Ryland Ray's helmet comes off. And 22-0. I think that's just something new. See what they could do, Isaac.
Good job by getting back there.
I will say they have thrown in a couple new plays we have noticed this year. So it's kind of interesting to watch Coach Doc Crowley coach and how he, what he calls. I just love watching what the coaches call, their schemes, what they see, what they think is going to work against certain setups. I just find that fascinating. Anyways, so had a penalty after Ryland scored. Then the coach got kicked out. And so we're going to be kicking off from the 30-yard line, their 30-yard line of Ozark. So I'd go for an onside kick. Why not?
We're back at Bearcat Stadium.
I don't think I've ever seen this, Isaac.
In the first half, after 2
I know I haven't.
Jeff, have you ever seen this? Jeff said he's never seen this either.
This one off from the Ozark 30-yard line.
I'd go for an onside. Might as well. Looks like Mr. Brett Welling to be kicking off for the Cats.
Yeah, I see him down on one knee down there by one of the coaches.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but I've never seen this before. I've seen 50 yards.
Here comes Blazin' Jones into the field for the Cats. You got Ray Splensett, number 80 on the far side. 24, Garrick Barr. He had a little over 30 yards last week against Dardanelle. Peyton Tatum, and an onside kick. If it goes 10, and it's going to be fielded by the Ozark Hillbillies at the 20.
Number 8,
Staying there on the recovery for the Hillbillies. Just not enough bounce there at the end, Isaac.
No. Onside kicks, you need a little bit of luck. No, it didn't take a good bounce at all.
But definitely worth the shot. Yeah, you're right. You might as well. Mr. Joe Wickton, he says all the Wicktons are tuned in and watching our Bearcats beat Ozark. We hand off to that's Gage over there, and he's going to be close to the first down. And Brett Welling on the stop for the Bearcats. 2:28.
They picked up Gore, Oklahoma, and it's not looking good for Bulldogs. 35-6.
Gore is up 35-6 over the Waldron Bulldogs. Their game with Mansfield was canceled, Chuck says. And Martin right up the middle. He's got a big old seam. And Brooks and Trace Hall finally wraps him up at the 27-yard line. We got 2:07 left to go here in the second. Boy, Martin had a big old hole there in the middle.
They get down to the Booneville 29-yard line.
Gage is going to be to the left of Martin. Martin's a low snap, falls on the ground, and he's just going to fall on it. And so it's going to be 2nd and 20. So that's twice now Martin's had to fall on the ball. Cats has forced one turnover tonight. They had forced 5 last week, or 4. One got taken away with Brooks' interception. We had a penalty, so that one got taken away. Had 3 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery last week for the Bearcats. So far, you got 1 fumble recovery for your Booneville Bearcats this game. You got, looks like 2 receivers to the right, 1 over here to the left. Martin rolls to his right. Got pressure from Barnes. And Randon Ray going to wrap up the man over there. Let's see who caught that. That's number 20. That's going to be Archer. Going to be tackled at the 35-yard line with a minute left to go until halftime.
5-yard pickup will be 3rd and 16.
50 seconds.
You got a flags coming in, and oh, Brooks Herrera, oh so close.
By Brooks Herrera.
Maybe got a fingertip on it. Couple flags coming in. Do have a score for you. Perryville is up 20-0 over Mount Ida. That's at halftime.
64, Chase Parnell.
Rising has scored. It's 10-0. Rising over Ball Knob. That's at halftime as well.
The illegal shift, and he declined it. So 4th down.
It'll be 4th down. And like Chuck said, looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. Might as well. You got 47 seconds. You hadn't scored. A couple good plays you've had. You kind of shot yourselves in the foot. Might as well go for it and get something going right before halftime. Martin's looking. He's got a little of time. And he's going to go out of bounds to the original line of scrimmage. And your Bearcats will take over right there.
Number 24, Peyton Gurney on the reception.
I don't see no flags.
Short of the first down.
Do you want to thank Huh?
So do they know we're on offense?
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it.
Looks like Brendan Dove's going to come in at tight end for the Bearcats. Ray Slants is going to be your receiver. I don't think so because Trace Hall's still out there. There he comes. Well, nope. Looks like Trace Hall's going to be in at your left halfback. And the Bearcats are just going to take a knee going into halftime. And that should be your last snap. So your halftime score, your Booneville Bearcats 22, Ozark Hillbillies 0. Before we take a little break, I want to thank our sponsors for the website and the app. I want to thank 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Parrot Underground, Crowley City Service, and Community National Bank. If you see any of these people, know any of them, tell them thank you for our app, thank you for our new website. Again, Mr. Glenn Parrish has a whole slew of articles on all the sports, so well worth checking out. It's got a whole other, not just the articles, but talks about the football, basketball, volleyball, just different stuff on there. So go check those out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our page on YouTube, Booneville Bearcats Sports. And we'll take a little break, be right back, and we'll let you enjoy your halftime show. You're watching Bearcat Football.
3 straight games, 25-14, 25-14, and 25-18. And the next night, Walden came to town to open the conference season for Booneville, and also was a home opener for the Lady Cats. And let me tell you, they look impressive. I didn't get to get in person, but I saw it on YouTube, and let me tell you, Lady Cats impressive. 25-9, 25-11, 25-12 for the Booneville Bulldogs. Haley Lunsford in command of the floor all night long from the center position. Distributed the ball well. She and Kate T came from playing the other center. Dr. Carmen Kent, Joey Tate, Abby Obar, Laney Parrish.
French horn soloist Ozzy Ramirez and trombone soloist Aaron Rhodes.
And our libero. Our youth libero, Bailey Dillon. Outstanding knowledge our places those two games. So after we got off to a slow start the first week, second week was really good to them, and they opened the record at 2-2 for the 1-0 in conference play. I'll tell you, Tuesday is their next game. They're going to have all hands on deck. They need to go down to Coach Paris and take on Ozark Paris. Another good team is playing over at the Tiger Center. We're off the next one. And then since we're off this coming week, the game after that will be the next home game. Monday, Coach Bailey Stringer is going to face off against Coach Brad Lott. And the Booneville Bearcats, Lady Cats take on the Booneville Lady Cats. Volleyball also in action. Then next year rolls around. Now let's talk golf.
Hello, all you ladies and gentlemen out there. Back here at Bearcat Stadium for Ozark Brown, Mr. Zach Austin. Give you some stats from halftime. You Booneville Bearcats, you got 25 plays for 233 yards of offense, 13 minutes and 5 seconds time of possession. All of the Cats' yards have been on the ground, and there was one pass attempt, the first pass attempt of the year, actually, but it got called back for a holding penalty, or actually it was a pass interference on a race, so that negated that. We have fumbled it once, but we recovered, and we've had 10 first downs. We are 2 for 6 on third down, and we have 7 penalties for 62 yards, and Ozark has 6 penalties for 55 yards for a total of 13 penalties in the first half alone. Ozark Hillbillies have 22 plays for 85 yards, 10 minutes and 12 seconds time of possession. 76 of those 85 yards have been on the ground, while the other 9 have been through the air. They are 3 of 7 for passing, and like I said earlier, they have 6 penalties for 55. We have 7 for 62. They have 4 punts for an average of 28 yards. We have 2 punts for an average of 35. Roger Martin, he's the quarterback for the Hillbillies. He is 3 of 7 passing for 9 yards. Britton Gage, number 21, has 4 carries for 57 yards, and Rocker Martin has 6 carries for 43. Peyton Durning's the leading receiver for the Hillbillies with 6 yards. Archer is the leading tackler, as well as Durning with 4.5 tackles. Archer has 2 solo. Durning has 4 solo. For you Booneville Bearcats, Randon Ray has 10 carries for 97 yards. Rylan Ray has 4 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown. Randon has 2 touchdowns. Brooks Herrera has 2 carries for 37 yards. Dak Scoff has 4 for 24. And Rocky Ross has 4 for 20. Charleston is up at halftime 13-9 over Dardanelle. Brooks Herrera is your leading tackler for the Bearcats with 2.5 and 2 solo. Brandon Ray has 2, as well as Dex Goff.
Only thing I really seen was our edge protection on those jet sweeps.
And we've a little under a minute left to go of halftime. And here come your Booneville Bearcats onto the field. Again, the Cats deferred to the second half, so we will be receiving the ball. We will be defending the west end zone. Again, next week the Cats will be off, and then they will play Mena in the Battle of the Bearcats. And Ozark is also off next week. Make sure I look that up right. Anyway, so their next game is Charleston in the Battle of the Franklin County Feud. Yes, Ozark is also off next week, and they'll play the 17th as well as the Bearcats. And right now, Charleston is leading Dardanelle 13-8. That was at halftime, right, Isaac? 29. Zarate. High kick, and Rocky Ross is going to field it. And he's going to fake it to Brooks, and he cuts over to the left-hand side. And Ross is going to be taken down at the 34-yard line.
Ross on the return.
So Bearcats, first possession of the second half. Looks like Dunn Daniel is in at tight end again, and Ray Spence is going to be your receiver. Dax Goff is going to be your fullback. Trace Hall is in at right halfback, and Brooks Herrera is your left halfback. Brandon Ray is going to be your quarterback. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Cats' own 35-yard line. There's about 8 guys in the box, and Ray over here to the outside, still on his feet. Sheds a tackle up over to the 50. Got a couple guys to beat. Cuts back to the left, and he gets down at the 30. Got number 8 and number 24. That's Durning and Stain. And number 19, that's Trotter. A couple more people to give shout-outs to. I'd like to give a shout-out to Lacey and Bryson Simpson and Amy and Brian as well. And I'd like to give a shout-out to J.D. Jones from your number 1 apprentice. As I said last time, man makes some good salsa. So if you want some salsa, hook up with J.D. Jones. He'll get you some salsa. And he'll also make you some pretty neat stuff as well. And it's going to be a handoff to Dax Goff on the left. Dax is still on his feet, a little spin, but he's going to be wrapped up at the 25-yard line by Durning.
34, Dax Goff on the carry. He's brought down by number 24, Peyton Durning. 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4.
So 10:52 left to go here in the third. It is going to be 2nd and 4 from the 24. Brooks is going to go in motion. He's going to get the toss on the right-hand side, and he's going to be met in the backfield. Missed block over there, wasn't it?
Well, he missed a seam. He should have cut up. His Matson was getting this guy outside. He needed to plant his foot and cut up the field.
Number 1, Brooks Herrera on the carry. Brought down by number 1, Gavin Gilbert.
Gilbert was in there on stop number 1, number 82 for the Hillbillies as well.
3rd and 5.
If I get my phone to work, I'll tell you who number 82 is. And here we go. 82, Sterling Strick. Ray comes up under center. He's going to get the snap. He's going to keep it, and he sheds a tackle. Still on his feet. Little juke move. Dives forward, and somehow he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down for your Bearcats on their own 25. 9:38 left to go here in the third.
Ball spotted at the Hillbilly 26.
Well, Isaac, Ozark defense is coming out pretty fired up from halftime. Don't know if it's the coach getting kicked out or them getting chewed out, but something happened. They come out, and he's got a man wide open. Ray splits it. Touchdown, Bearcats. First touchdown pass of the year. Ray splits it. 26 yards reception. Comes with 9:12 left to go here in the third. It's 28-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. Cats are going to go for 2 again. This time, Goff is going to be to the right now as he shifts over to the right of Ray. Now he shifts to the left again. Hard count. And Dax up the middle. And he's going to be short. So that makes it 28-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies with 9:12 left to go here in the third. For Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium.
He's still tight. So it looked like he'd blocked down.
Blocked down
that.
and just
He slipped behind
seam,
everybody.
seam route. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Don't mind us. We're talking a little the offensive touchdown there by the Bearcats. 26-yard pass touchdown to Ray Splensett from Randon Ray. Mr. Brett Relling to do the kickoff for the Cats. Back deep is Peyton Durning. And it's just going to go at a bounce right over to Mr. Doc Boyard.
I don't think he wanted to mess with Peyton Durning. You can't really blame Brett for kicking him away from him.
So it looks like the Hillbillies are going to take it at the 30. I was going to say 35, but they got it at the 37.
37-yard line. First and 10.
So that's where they'll take it out, or take it out. That's where it went out, so that's where they'll take it at. 9:12 left to go here in the third. First and 10 from the Hillbillies 37. Martin's your quarterback. Hand off to Gage. No, Martin's going to keep it. And Brett Welling in there on the stop for the Bearcats. Not quite sure what they wanted to do there. Got an 8-man score. Woodlawn is up 24-12 over Rosebud. And another 8-man, Little Rock Hall, is up over Cutter Morning Star 26-8. Little Rock Hall, they're actually going to drop down to 4A next year. So playing there last year and what should have been, I believe they're 6A, and they joined 8-man, and it's going to be handoff to Gage on the right-hand side, and Brett Welling again on the stop for the Bearcats. Looks like Mason Gore's in there as well.
Mason Gore's got a part of that as well. It's down to the 44-yard line. Third down.
Actually, they made 3A. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, folks.
Pickup, it'll be 33.
Yeah, they're 8. Yeah. I believe there's 16 8-man teams. Your big schools are not really classified with the AAA, and that's going to be Martin on the keeper on the right-hand side. He's got the first down, and he's going to drag Brett Welling with him again down about 4 yards, and he's going to be up over to the 45-yard line of the Bearcats. But your smaller schools like Cutter Morning Star, Rosebud, and Woodlawn, they're all in a conference. They got the North and the South, got them split up. They'll play for playoffs and the state championship as well. I believe this is like the third year for 8-man. This is the first year that AAA has really sanctioned anything. Ball's on the ground. Good lick there by Mason Goers. Casey Matson picks it up, though. Oh, he had a touchdown, folks. Said he was down. And he was down. Yeah.
52, Casey Matson.
Boy, I was watching Mason Goers come there, lays a lick, then the ball's on the ground. I want to say Tatum and Matson was right there. Matson winds up with it. So that's the second turnover the Cats have got tonight.
Big first and 10 for the Bearcats. Ball at the 47-yard line.
So that's twice the Bearcats have turned the Hillbillies over.
So 7:35 left to go here in the third. It's 28-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. And the Bearcats have the ball on their own 47. Looks like Rylan Ray's in at fullback now. Dax Goff is the left halfback. And that looks like, I want to say, Trace Hall over here at the right halfback. And it's going to be Rylan right up the middle, spinning and moving and turning them big old legs. And he's going to get about an 8-yard carry. Let's see. Combs on the stop. 50 was in there as well.
Ray getting into Ozark territory. Brought down number 50, Hunter Collins. 8-yard pickup, second and 2.
I think there was someone else I think that was Collins too. Ray comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. It's going to be handoff to Dax Goff on the backhand side. Cuts to the outside. Dax Goff over to 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bearcat. Dax Goff, 45 yards. Makes it 34-0 with 6:52 left to go here in the third. Finally ran counter. see Cats go for two again. More than likely they will. Like I said, I did see a young man kicking some field goals as I drove by earlier this week during practice. And we'll take a little break. Looks like there's an Ozark player down in the end zone. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We're back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, just right off C.J. George Drive. Just joining us, back scoff on a little counter play, about 40 yards. At the end of the play, Ozark player went down. I think he may be just cramping, so those are never fun, but at least it's just a cramp. They're tending to him right now. So while they're doing that, I can give you some scores. Rising is up 17-0 over Waldom. That's in the third. And my goodness, Prescott's up 43-7 at halftime over Gurdon. They had over 400 yards last week against Newport, and that surprised me, the score of the Newport game. Newport's got some quick guys, usually got some quick guys, and that surprised me. Another score that kind of surprised me, Baptist Prep's up 21-0 over Conway Christian. Conway Christian's kind of been down just a little over the past couple of years. They have shifted over to Magazine's conference, so they're in the 2A 4. They was over in the 2A5 in the central part of the state with Quitman and all them and Rosebud, but since Rosebud and some of those other schools up in there has gone to 8-man, it's made them shift over. The young man from Ozark is walking off the field slowly.
He is up on his feet. That's a good sign.
Can't tell you who the number is, but I can't see it. Perryville's up 26-6 over Mount Ida. That's in the third. Perryville's going to be pretty solid this year. That's going to be the last game of the regular season. That's going to be played at Perryville. McGee is up 47-14 over DeWitt. Let's see. Pottsville is up 43-12 over Bearden in the fourth. And Batesville Southside is up 35-0 over Mayflower. That's in the third.
Never did pick up a number on that young man. We hope he's okay.
So the Cats are going to line up for two. And it's going to be a pitch over here to Brooks Herrera. Brooks is going to be short. I don't know if that was Durning in there coming in low and gets Brooks. And with 6:52 left to go here in the third, it's 34-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We're back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, just right off DJ George Drive, Shield Field. 6:52 left to go here in the third quarter. It's 34-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. And it's going to go out of bounds again, about the 35-yard line. Cats trying to kick away from Durning. It's kicking over here, a little pooch kick, but just a little too much behind it. Let's see, it looks like they're going to make the Cats kick it again. So kicking team's going to come back out. It's like Tatum Rice is coming out, Peyton Tatum, Garrick Barr, and Trace Hall's out there. Brendan Dove, number 2. Cody Elliott, over here on the closest side to us. Blazing Jones, Mason Goers. Mr. Brett Welling to do the kicking again. And it's going to be fielded over here at the 30. That's going to be Gage. He cuts up over to about the 50. And he's going to be into Bearcat territory, but not before Ray Splancett and Brett Welling wrap him up.
Number 24, Peyton Gurney on the return. He gets into Booneville territory for 48. He's brought down by 55. Brett Welling and 88.
Elkins is up 35-14 over Greenland. That's at halftime. What was the Harding Academy score, Isaac? Harding Academy is up 24-14 at halftime against Valley View. Martin's going to be your quarterback. He's going to be hand off to Gage on the right-hand side. I'm sorry, he kept it. He fooled me. Dax Goff. And who else is that in there to stop? Daniel. They didn't get fooled one bit. Looks like Dunn, he's hurt. Casey Matson's going to come in. I'm not sure what happened to Dunn, but he's come off. Engaged, and he's just going to be wrapped up by Rylan Ray and Cody Elliott.
On the carry, but number 33, Rylan Ray, gives him the Darwin coat hanger.
Cut into Rylan Ray. No.
Looks like he's got a cramp. A couple cats with cramps down here.
The Booneville 49
Willing over here as well.
Not quite as hot as last week, but it got up to 93 or so today.
Rylan Ray, they got him on the defensive line. Martin with the quarterback on the right-hand side. Mason Goers with the sack, and it's going to be 4th down for the Hillbillies. That's going to put them back in their territory.
Number 51, Mason Goers, gets into the drop for loss.
Here's the punt, and it's almost blocked by Dax Goff. And Durning's going to down it at the, looks like, 18-yard line.
Here's going to punt the ball down to the Booneville 18-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Bearcats.
Looks like the Bearcats are taking a timeout. We'll take one with them. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. And we're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Looks like Cameron Osborne's coming in for the Bearcats at left tackle. Goers is going to get a little break. 5:03 left to go here in the third. It's 34-0 Bearcats over the Hillbillies. Looks like Trace Hall in motion. And it's right up the middle with Dax Goff, and he gets maybe 2 yards there on the carry. Whole slew of Hillbillies in there. 56 there on the stop.
Number 34, Dax Goff on the carry, brought down by 38, Spencer Lippett, 2-yard gain.
38 in there on the stop. Lippett as well. 56 though is Powell. So 2nd and 8 from the Bearcat 20-yard line. Brandon comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. He gets the pitch over here on the right-hand side. Cuts back to the inside. Hillbillies say they got the ball, and they do. And that's the first turnover tonight for the Bearcats. And that's the best field position the Hillbillies have had tonight.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hillbillies at the Booneville 23-yard line.
I think he maybe just kind of just stripped it from him right before he went down. That was Gage for the Hillbillies.
He took it out from him. He just grabbed it, pulled it up.
Martin's going to be a quarterback. Looks like Massengale to the left. And I'm sorry, that's Gage on the right-hand side. Missed tackle there by Goff. Looks like Trace Hall in there on the stop. 4:05 left to go here in the third.
Brought down by number 32, Cody Elliott. 5-yard pickup.
Cody Elliott in there on the stop as well. Looks like Durning's going to be split out here to the left. Got 2 tight ends for the Hillbillies. 2 halfbacks on either side of Martin. It's going to be Martin right up the middle. And he's going to seam over here on the left-hand side. Dax Goff and Trace Hall on the stop for the Bearcats, though. But not before Martin gets up over to about the 6-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Hillbillies. That's the first time they've been in the red zone tonight.
Ball will be spotted at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
I will say that kind of hurt the Cats not getting the 2-point conversion, getting the mercy rule. So Hillbillies score here. Bearcats are going to, well, either way, the Cats would have had to score again to get the mercy rule invoked. And it's going to be handoff to Gage on the right-hand side. Goff stumbles. I believe that's Casey Manson on stop for the Bearcats, but there is a flag. False start against the Hillbillies, and that's going to back them up 5. I will say, Isaac, not as many penalties in the third quarter as there has been in the second. Looks like Burns is going to come out. Ref is talking to...
Clean up on aisle 10.
So anyways, 1st and goal after the little upchuck. And that's a hold, but he's going to score with a little help from a holding. And Combs.
47, Braden Minor gets in.
So the Hillbillies get on the board. And got a little help there in my opinion. But anywho, 3:15 left to go here in third. It's 34-6. Looks like Hillbillies are going for 2. Combs is to the left of Martin. Gage is to the right of him. And this is going to be handed off to Gage on the left-hand side. He's going to be wrapped up by Brooks Herrera and Trace Hall in there to help finish it off. So with that, it's 34-6 Bearcats over the Hillbillies.
Number 1, Brooks Herrera. Number 7, Trace Hall. Stop it.
We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We're back here, Bearcat Stadium, home of champions. Zarate's kick, high kick. Race Blanton, little juke move. Hillbillies are just going to push him out of bounds. Looks like the 37-yard line.
38, Race Blanton on the carry, or on the return. He's pushed out of bounds by number 24, Peyton Durning.
So
Booneville started to drive at their own
3 minutes and 10
38
seconds left to go here in the third. Your Bearcats take over on their own 38. Looks like Cats are waiting on Rylan Ray to come in. He's going to be your fullback. Dax Goff, your left halfback. Trace Hall's your right halfback. Looks like Brendan Dove is in that tight end on the right-hand side for the Bearcats. And Race Blansett, he's over there, split out to the left. Goff goes in motion. Ray's going to keep it. And juke move, he's just going to dive forward. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. There's a whole bunch of hillbillies in there on the stop. Archer there on the bottom. And Combs in there. And so that's going to make it 2nd and 9. It's a gained a yard. Ball's on the 39-yard line of the Hillbillies.
Number 20, Kyle Archer, and number 19.
Ray comes up under center. Hall goes in motion. And it's going to be hand off to Dax Goff coming back on the right-hand side. Dax cuts it to the outside. Gets tackled at the 40. Runs over to, I think, Durning. And Sterling in there on the stop. Sterling Strict, that is number 82 on the stop, and Durning as well. So it's going to be first down for your Booneville Bearcats. Ball's on the Hillbilly 39-yard line. So Dove, your tight end's on the right-hand side. Casey Manson, he's going to be your right tackle. Brett Welling, he's going to be your right guard. Your center is big old Matt Obar. Ray comes up under center. Hall goes in motion, and it's going to be hand off to Rylan Ray up the middle. He runs over a guy, rolls over the top of Durning's back. And that's going to be 3rd and about a long 4. Johnny Barnes, number 50, he's going to be your left guard. And number 70, Cameron Osborne, is going to be your left tackle. 1:30 left to go here in the third. Still 34-6. Left to go here in the third. Cats taking their time. Ray comes up under center now. Goff goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ryan right up the middle. He's got the first down, then plus a yard or 2. Number 1 in there on the stop for the Hillbillies is going to be Gilbert.
Tackles were led by 34, Jake Trotter. Number 1, Gavin Gilbert. Booneville gets to the 28-yard line of the Hillbillies.
And it's going to be hand off to Rylan again. He just lowers his shoulder and got a whole slew of hillbillies in there on the stop to take him down.
That's number 33, Ryan Ray with the carry again.
Number 79 comes in for the Hillbillies. He goes 6'3", 330. A big old man. Big boy. And I'll tell you who he is. It's Mr. Yates. He's one of the captains for the Hillbillies. We got a timeout. No? Oh, that's the end of the third. We'll be starting the fourth quarter when we come back. And it's 34-6. Bearcats over the Hillbillies. We'll take a little break. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. Back here at Bearcat Stadium, cheerleaders do the tradition of throwing the footballs. See if they can throw me one up here in the top of the press box. I don't think they see me. Anywho, be 2nd and 5 from the 23-yard line. Hall goes in motion for the Bearcats. He's going to be hand off to Dax Goff. He gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. So that's going to be a 3rd down for your Bearcats.
Number 7, Trace Hall on the carry. He's by number 79, Briar Yates.
Osborne's going to come out for the Cats, as well as Hall. So Ross is going to come in at halfback. Goers is back in at left tackle. Lancet split out over here to the left. Brendan Dove is going to be your tight end on the right-hand side. Dax Goff is your fullback. And Brooks Herrera is your right halfback. Going to toss over here to Brooks. Brooks got a block over here by Rocky. Cuts to the outside. 5. Touchdown. Come on. Oh, dear gravy.
Number 1, Brooks Herrera.
Brooks a little slow getting up. Good block, though, there by Rocky Ross. And Brooks is almost in.
Touchdown will be spotted at the 1-yard line.
Reminder of that play from the first quarter where he took it down to the 1-yard line.
So that's twice now. Brooks has been close to getting in, but denied.
Gores, Barnes, Obar, Welling.
So 11:08 left to go here in the ball game. It's 1st and goal from the 1.
Bearcats at the 1, 11:08 play in the game.
Same personnel out there for the Bearcats. And this is going to be Goff right up the middle. And it's going to be touchdown Bearcats. Comes with 11:06 left to go here in the ball game. Makes it 40-6. So the Bearcats are going to go for 2. Just need 1 point to invoke the mercy rule. Lancet splits out to the far right. Ross goes in motion. He's going to get the toss. Rocky Ross, and he's in. Good block by Ray Splancett on the far side over there. That makes it 42-6. Bearcats over the Hillbillies with 11:06 left to go here in the ball game. That was set up by Brooks Herrera. He goes about 20 yards or so and gets pushed out of bounds at the 1. Dax Goff takes it in, gets a toss by Mr. Rocky Ross, and he goes in for 2.
As we get on defense, be on the lookout for the Black Dog 479 Nutrition Hit of the Game. Player will be announced after the game on Facebook for a bag of jerky and a nutrition drink.
Just announced the Black Dog hit of the game last week. Rylan Ray got it when he just leveled a guy on a kickoff.
Will be opened up after the game. Head on down there.
Mr. Brett Welling to do the kicking for the Bearcats.
Around, check them out. Got great sandwiches. They will be open after the game.
Welling will kick it off. Rest of this game will be played under the sportsmanship or mercy rule, whichever term you prefer.
Kicking for Boone will be number 55, Brett Welling.
It's going to be a high kick. Durning's going to get it. Cuts up right up the middle. Got a little hole, but Tatum Rice says no, sir, as well as the Welling.
Number 55, Brett Welling, and 57, Tatum Rice on the tackle.
Skylar Shelton, number 15, was in on that last play on the kick return team, or kickoff team, excuse me. Got some new faces out there on the defense for the Bearcats. Tatum Rice is out there at linebacker. I do believe Tatum's a senior this year. Martin, low snap, is going to head off to Combs. Dax Goff and Tatum Rice in there. Mason Goers. Peyton Tatum.
Number Number 34, Dax Goff gets in there and holds him up, while number 12, Peyton Tatum, and 51, Mason Goers.
You got a timeout
No gain.
with 10:08 left to go here in the ball game. It's 42-6, Bearcats over the Hillbillies. We'll take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We are back here at Bearcat Stadium. Got twins to the left, one over here to the right. That's Durning. He goes in motion, and it's going to be a toss over here to Durning. He's on the left side. He's got some room. Cody Elliott wraps him up, as well as Trace Hall. So Hillbillies into Bearcat territory. Little jet sweep there. Brendan Dove's going to come in for the Bearcats.
First down for the Hillbillies.
Mr. Ross is going to come out. Got one receiver to each side. Combs, that's your H-back. Martin's going to be your quarterback. Gage is to the left of him now. Durning goes in motion. And it's going to be fake. Martin right up the middle. You got Welling in there. And I believe that was Goers diving after him. Matson off the, that's Welling getting up. And Dax Goff as well on the stop for the Bearcats.
10, Riker Martin on the carry. That was led by 51, Mason Goers.
Got 8 minutes and 55 seconds left to go here in the ball game. Second down and 6 yards to go. Ball's on the 34-yard line on the Bearcats. Two receivers to each side. And engages the quarterback now. Ball's on the ground. Cody Elliott comes in there as well as Dax Goff. Johnny Barnes is going to come out there. Rylan Ray and Tate Ross. Ross is coming out. Goff is coming out. And Welling's coming out.
Number 32, Cody Elliott on the tackle. The 3rd and 8 for the Hillbillies.
Ry Ray, he's going to be your nose man. Chase Plumell is going to be your left defensive tackle. Your right defensive tackle is Johnny Barnes. Mason Goers is your left outside linebacker. Cody Elliott's your right outside linebacker. Your two middle linebackers is going to be Tate Ross. And Brendan Dove on the stop. That's your other middle linebacker. That was Martin there on the keeper. That's going to be 4th down for the Hillbillies from the Bearcat 44-yard line. Or not 44. Wow. 37.
1 yard loss on the play. It'll be 4th down. Martin may be shaken up a little, but he's going to stay in the game. On 4th down and 8.
Looks like you're going to have trips over here. To the right, one to the left.
3 to the right, 1 to the left.
Martin's rolling over here to his right. Got some pressure from Osborne. He's got the first down. That's Archer. Race Blanchett in there on the stop for the Bearcats.
20, Kyle Archer on the reception. Brought down by number
Brooks Herrera in there as well.
First down for the Hillbillies.
7:08 left to go here in the ball game. 42-6. Bearcats over the Hillbillies. And the Hillbillies are going on a little drive right now. Archer got the first down for the Hillbillies. He's going to be in the backfield to the right of Martin now. Comes to the left of him. And the ball's on. Nope. Ball's bobbled. And Mason Goers for the stop. Got some jawing going on over there. 6:30 left to go here in the ball game. It's 2nd and 10, and the Hillbillies are on the 21-yard line.
6-yard loss on the play. It'll be 2nd and 16.
Well, they had 21 on the scoreboard. I'm going to quit looking at the scoreboard, I guess. Ball's on the 26-yard line. Two receivers to each side. Combs is to the right of Martin.
2 wide each side, 1 running back in the backfield.
Martin's rolling to his right. And
Too high.
it's too high, as intended for number 32.
Pass going to be incomplete. In coverage is number 88, Grace Blanchett.
Third down.
It'll be 3rd and 16 for the Hillbillies.
32. I don't have a 32 on this roster. Check my other roster. You don't have a 32 on that one either.
One wide either side, or two wide to this side, one to the
So
other.
2 receivers over here to the right, 1 to the left. Archer's going to go in motion.
Over here, which is
I would look for him again on a little drag route. And it's going to be number 8 on the reception there. That's going to be wrapped up by number 2, Brendan Dove. That's Stain on the reception for the Hillbillies. So it's going to be 4th down for the Hillbillies. Ball's on the 26. 4th. Yeah, 4th and 11. With 5 minutes left to go here in the game, ball's on the 22-yard line.
One wide, two wide.
Trips to the left, one over here to the right. Martin's your quarterback. Combs is your halfback.
Combs is your halfback.
Martin's looking over here to his left, looking for Archer on a wheel route, and he's in for a touchdown. That comes with 4:39 left to go here in the ball game. That's going to make it 42-12.
Number 20, Kyle Archer on the reception, 22 yards for the Hillbilly score.
Just did a little wheel route there, and I just could see it coming, had him wide open almost.
So the Hillbillies will go for 2.
So the Hillbillies going to go for 2. Try to make it 42-14. We'll see if the Bearcat defense can stop them though.
One wide either side. Now Archer drops back.
Martin, your quarterback, calls for it. He's going to hand off to Combs, and he's going to be wrapped up. That's Cody Elliott in there on the stop for the Bearcats. So that makes it 42-12 with 4:39 left to go here in the ball game. Cody making another good stop for the Bearcats tonight. Mason Gores made a real good stop over here earlier. Let's take a little break and be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. We're back here at Bearcat Stadium. Again, I want to thank our sponsors for the app and the new website. I want to thank 5B Properties, B Plus Rentals, Saks RV Park, Parrot Underground, Crowley City Service, and Community National Bank. So we want to say thank you to all of you that helped make the app possible. Go to your app stores, your iTunes, Apple Store, or visit BoonevilleBearcats.com. And high kick, and it's going to be fielded at the 20 over there. That's Blazin' Jones. He's going to be wrapped up. That's going to be number 4, Noah Vice. Number 24, Durning. Number 75, Lance Sims is coming in for the Bearcats.
Noah Vice and number 24, Peyton Durning.
Looks like you're going to have the second team offense come in for the Bearcats. So that's going to bring in Peyton Tatum at your quarterback. Got 4 minutes left to go here in the ball game. 42-12, Bearcats over the Hillbillies. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Looks like coach is just going to let the clock run down and take a timeout. And that's going to be a timeout by your Booneville Bearcats. We'll take one with them. Be right back. You're watching Bearcat football. Back here at Bearcat Stadium, home of champions, right off DJ George Drive. Shield Field. Got some new faces out there for the Bearcats. Got a receiver to each side. Garrick Barr is going to be your fullback, and he's going to get the handoff. I'm sorry, that's Cody Elliott. And he's going to get about 4 yards. Got a flag coming in late. Face mask. Number 34 on the stop for the Hillbillies. That's going to be Dethridge. 15-yard penalty.
Second team in there on the offense for Booneville. Peyton Tatum gave it to Cody Elliott.
So your center is going to be number 76, Gage Bouchard. So it's going to be a first down for you Booneville Bearcats. We'll get your rest of the linemen here in just a second. So Gage Barr, number 76, he's going to be your center. Your left guard is going to be number 57. It's going to be Tatum Ross. Number 70, that's going to be Cameron Osborne. And Lance Sims is going to be your right guard. It looks like Garrick Barr, number 24, he's in at your right tackle. Trace Hall goes in motion. Rocky Ross is in at halfback. Trace Hall up over. He's got the first down. And Trace is going to go up over to about the 35-yard line. Good job by Blazing Jones over here blocking.
That's a Booneville Bearcat first down.
Good job there by Trace Hall. Finds the seam, gets the first down, and adds a couple more yards to it. 2:10 left to go here in the ball game, and it's 1st and 10 from the Hillbilly 37-yard line. Tatum's coming in with the play. Two receivers out. One to this side. That's going to be Blazing Jones. Number 15 on the far side is going to be Shelton. And Cody Elliott right up the middle. A couple of Hillbillies in there on the stop. Looks like number 4 and number 60. Number 4 is going to be Vice. And 60, Austin. So 1:25 left to go here in the ball game. Be 2nd and 5 from the 33-yard line. Cody Elliott is your fullback. Tatum is going to be your quarterback. Ross is your left halfback. Trace Hall is your right halfback. Got 6 seconds left on the play clock. Tatum taking the time. Just more likely going to take a knee. And that's what's going to happen. And may have to snap it one more time. Depends on when they reset the play clock. And looks like that's going to be the final play of the ball game, as the game clock is under the play clock. So your final score for the rivalry of Booneville and Ozark, your Booneville Bearcats 42, Ozark Hillbillies 12. We'll get you some yardage here in just a minute. So there will not be a game next week. The Cats have an open week. The Cats will be in action on the 17th of September. That will be at Mina in the Battle of the Bearcats. And Ozark, they also have an open week next week. And they'll come back the 17th, and they'll play Charleston in the Franklin County feud. I'd like to give a shout out to Barry Bradford. All right, refresh my phone one more time, and I'll give you folks some stats. Well, my phone's being super slow, so just bear with me. Other than all the penalties, Isaac, Bearcats looked pretty good tonight. My phone's still not resetting. Here we go. All right. So I'll start with Ozark. Ozark had 42 plays for 185 yards, 22 minutes and 9 seconds time of possession. Had 134 yards on the ground, 51 yards passing for 6 of 11. 6 of 11 passing for 51 yards, excuse me. They had 2 turnovers. They lost both of them. 1 for 10 on 3rd down and 2 for 3 on 4th. They and Ozark had 8 penalties for 75 yards, punted 5 times for an average of 30 yards. Your Booneville Bearcats had 46 plays, 443 yards of offense, 25 minutes and 51 seconds time of possession, had 45 carries for 418 yards on the ground, 1 of 1 passing for 25 yards, had 2 turnovers, or 2 lost, 1 was lost, but 2 fumbles. 3 of 8 on 3rd downs and 1 of 3 on 4th down. Had 9 penalties for 72 yards and 2 punts for 35 yards. Riker Martin for the Ozark Hillbillies, 6 of 11 passing for 51 yards and a touchdown. Britton Gage had 8 carries for 63 yards. Martin had 15 carries for 60. Your 2 leading rushers for the Hillbillies. Archer had 3 receptions for 43 yards, and the leading tackler for the defense for the Hillbillies, not surprising to me, is Peyton Durning. He had 10.5 tackles, 9 solo. Archer was the next closest with 4.5 tackles. Now for your Booneville Bearcats, Brandon Ray, 1 of 1 passing for 25 yards and a touchdown. He had 13 carries, 132 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Dax Goff had 10 carries for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rylan Ray had 8 carries for 81 yards and a touchdown. Brooks Herrera had 4 carries for 58 yards. Trace Hall, 2 for 21. Rocky Ross, 4 for 20. Cody Elliott had 2 for 8. Race Blanson, lone man receiving tonight. 1 for 25 and a touchdown. Mason Goers, your leading tackler again tonight for the Bearcats. He had 5 tackles. He had that last week. Dax Goff had 4.5 tackles. Brett Welling had 4. And Trace Hall had 3. And that's going to do it for all your stats. And for Isaac Brown, again, Bearcats have an open week next week. We will be back the 17th. The game will be at Mina in the Battle of the Bearcats. So for Isaac Brown, I'm Zach Austin. And remember, as always, it's a great day to be a Bearcat.